Hello, social workers, mental health professionals, and change agents. What is going on? This is your host, Bass Moreno. Hope everybody's doing well. Saludos a todos. Greetings, everybody, wherever you are watching or listening to this podcast. This is episode 100. I hit the century mark, y'all. Like, Will Chamberlain scoring 100 points, 100 episodes of the podcast. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, tapping in wherever you are watching or listening to the podcast. If you're a new subscriber to the YouTube channel, all episodes are on audio as well. So I know I started late last year, 2021, and like almost like a year ago on the YouTube page. So if you want to check all podcast episodes, so you can listen to the podcast is on all audio platforms. Thank you everybody that has supported the podcast, listened to the podcast, reshared episodes. Um, Gracias a todos por su apoyo, por escuchando o viendo el podcast. Thank everybody for your love, support to all the guests that have been on the podcast. Thank you for taking the time out to hang out with me, kick it with me, uh, talk crap, just kick it, vibing, talk about your business. Just thank you, everybody that's taking the time to come on the podcast. To all the guests, I really, really, truly appreciate your time. Appreciate you what you do in your work. Um, and I've had podcast guests who are not social workers, but I've talked about entrepreneurship. I spent a lot of season 4 talking about entrepreneurship, and will continue to talk about entrepreneurship and how we social workers have to think outside the box in terms of making money. And mm, even though there's ways to make money in social work, there's also other ways, uh, other ways of making income not related to social work. That being said, episode 100. I appreciate all the love, all the support. Again, thank you so much tuning and tapping in. This episode is all about self care. Uh, self care. Uh, like my company, Back City Entertainment, by the way, is the sponsor of this week's episode. Back City Entertainment LLC is your home for holistic self care, online self care using poetry and virtual Zumba. This featuring the book Trying Through Pain, How to Maximize Your Full Potential During Hard Times. The book is out in paperback and on Kindle, 30 pages of grief, loss, trauma, anxieties, self awareness, resiliency, and financial literacy of short poems that I wrote during the COVID pandemic. It is out on Amazon, any bookstore. The bookstore doesn't have it, ask for it. It's in barnesandnoble.com. Any local bookstore, for the most part, should have a copy of the book that you can order it. So those who um, got the book, I appreciate the love and support. Please leave a review about the book. Um, Definitely get your copy of the book. I really appreciate it. So definitely self-care, not just a hashtag, it's a way of life. And if you follow me, you realize I was in the beautiful island country of Jamaica, Montego Bay, was where it's at for Labor Day weekends. Shout out to my talented and beautiful wife who set the trip up. She had asked me where to go, like Mexico was a possible option. I was like, no, to Mexico. She mentioned Jamaica. No, she'd been there once before. I was like, yeah, let's go to Jamaica. So off to uh, Montego Bay for a few days with wife and kids off. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, I definitely got a tan. I got sunburn all through like my shoulder blades. Uh, Definitely had a lot of fun. I'll be posting videos from the trip. Definitely did a lot of dancing. I got my steps in. Uh, Enjoyed myself. The kids enjoyed themselves. So they were like, "Thank you for taking us here." Uh, Whatever your self care is, it could be reading a book. Uh, get the poetry book. Shameless plug. Uh, Watching TV, playing video games. New Madden game came out. I'm still playing MLB The Show on my PS4. Taking a walk. Go hanging out with your friends, have brunch, have a dinner, go watch a show, go watch a play, go watch a sporting event. Football season is around the corner. College football season just started. Go watch a game. Go watch your favorite team. Go wherever your self care looks for you. Do that. Um, you know, I'm not much of a vacation person, but definitely went to this trip and had a blast. Like I participated in a dance competition and actually with and actually won the contest. So it was like I was using my Zumba skills and it was like uh, and just like danced and had a good time and the food was amazing. Having actual jerk chicken from Jamaica was amazing. Having some oxtail in Jamaica was amazing. Having a little bit of gumbo in Jamaica, food was amazing. Some rum punch. I'm not promoting alcohol, but I tried some rum punch just out of curiosity, and it was good. Just vibing with the family, vibing with our friend that was there with us, and having dinner together. It was just an amazing time. I recommend anybody to just go out, travel. If that's your thing to travel out the country, out of the state, just doing something different. You got a family, definitely have your kids, um, experience life, outside your four walls of your house, outside your neighborhood, outside your state. Just definitely recommend people to do that. I've never been to Jamaica before, and I really had a good time. We definitely got a tan. Even though I started a new job, I did let the job know, like, hey, this was a pre-planned trip, and they were like, okay, like, so they were cool with it, and with me going, even though I had just started a job a month ago, and just out and enjoying myself, having a good time with my wife, having a good time with my kids, just having a blast, having a vibe, uh, the beach parties. I never seen Atlantic Ocean looking so blue, like the backgrounds of my Zoom screen having blue water, multiple shades of blue, white sands. Yeah, it was just beautiful. It looked like I took a couple of pictures of just the beach alone, and it looked like somebody like painted that. It looked like a NFT. Like it was just beautiful, perfect weather. The first few days, it was like overcast. It looked like it was about to rain. It was like I know it wasn't like burning hot. Now the last couple of days it was burning hot. Like I definitely felt that sun, definitely felt that humidity, and and that was like to be expected. But definitely had the sunscreen. I still got even though I put sunscreen on, I still got burnt. I got no no balding and like middle front of my head like even got sunburn on my head. So that wasn't a good look. So, and I don't like wearing hats when it's like burning hot because I get headaches. But um, definitely it was worth it. I'm glad we did that and taking a plane and no issues with the plane, no plane delays and um, no issues with baggage being lost or anything like that. It was just having a good time. The people were so nice, and I was excited to get a Jamaica stamp on my passport. It was only my second stamp after my Toronto trip in 2019. So excited to get my passport stamps in a new place I've never been to, and just really having overall good time. Really enjoying myself. Um, and before I continue with talking about self care, September 18th is a Sunday, 12 p.m. Talk about dancing. I'm hosting a early birthday Zumba class, 12 p.m. It's $5. Go to bassmoreno.com. Get your tickets. Come vibe out. I'm going to be instituting some of the moves I learned in Jamaica into some of my routines in class. So it'll be an hour long. And if you ever been to a class, you know I'm now all about high intensity, how high impact. It goes in waves. It goes. You're gonna do a song that's like high intensity and kind of like slow down and be up and down, and finish with a lot of some breathing and some stretching at the end. So um, definitely come. It will be a vibe. Early birthday celebration. Year 43 is coming up. And so September 18th, 12 p.m., $5. Go to bassmoreno.com. Definitely practice some self-care with some Zumba with me. So uh, definitely dancing. Again, like I won a dancing competition. It was like seven guys that got picked out on the pool. Like, come, like dance, and I went up there like, let me get my money's worth and whatever. I didn't. They didn't announce it was a dancing competition at first. It was like we need 7 men, and like let me just go. What it is, I make a. It's not the first time I make a fool out of myself in public, before. So, and it was a dancing competition. It was, basically the host did a dance move and basically had to like follow his move sets, and the whole pool like cheered for me after dancing. It was like quite hysterical, kind of funny. Definitely had a good time dancing. There is a video. There might be more than one video. Because I did an encore after I won the competition, so I have that video. So if you see a video of me dancing in Jamaica on TikTok or on Instagram, please let let me know because I want to see the first video of the dancing. So definitely had a good time. I definitely would go back. I'm already been talking to the wife and kids about 2023 goals of traveling. Definitely I've been wanting to go to LA for like the last like 2 years and change, but pandemic ruined those plans of going to LA. So LA is definitely on the list. Atlanta is definitely on the list. And Puerto Rico is on the list as well for 2023 uh, goals. So again, shout out to my talented, beautiful wife for setting up this trip. Um, Definitely had an amazing time. Just ate like crazy. Just eating. It was just all inclusive. Buffet breakfast. It was like buffet lunch, buffet dinner, like sit down dinners, like 3-course meals, appetizer, main course, dessert, uh, red stripe beer, again, Coca Cola, soda, water, alcohol. Uh, I didn't drink much. I'm not much of a drinker. I don't like talking about drinking or by platform or post anything related to drink on my social media. Most, like 97% of the time. Um, but it was just, people were nice. The staff at the resort was super friendly, just kick back. Just everybody did a great job. It was just had a lot of fun. Uh, just really, the room was nice. I wasn't crazy about the bed, sleeping, but I got a bad back anyway with two herniated discs in my back, so I'm very picky on where I sleep at. Sometimes I sleep better on a couch than I do on the actual bed, but that's just me. Um, but besides that, I really had a great time. Definitely practicing self care with vacation with the family, and I encourage anybody, whatever your self care is, please do something for yourself. We in a profession that is very taxing, a lot of burnout, uh, unsupportive supervisors, sometimes unsupportive coworkers. Uh, Clients with their trauma, talking to you and experiencing vicarious trauma through your clients. It's definitely a great profession to be in, or you giving back. I've been lucky enough to work in my own community doing social work, and you know, and just really trying to give back and doing this podcast and then to give back to social work as a whole with my podcast, and with my book. And speaking of book, Latinx and Social Work Volume 2, launch date is October 5th. A contributing author to the book launch October 5th. There's a book launch event in New York City. In God's will, I will be there signing books. So I hope to see many of you, or even if you take the trip to New York, uh, hope to see you there. Hopefully in October 5th. It's like playoff time. Hopefully the Yankees are still in the playoffs by that time. So New York, or if not the Yankees, at least the Mets. So New York will be a vibe. Basketball season will be literally around the corner from there. So New York is always a vibe. So uh, come hang out, meet your favorite some of your favorite social workers. Looking forward to that event. So um, a lot of good stuff is happening with my book being out. Continue to do this podcast to give back to some of my social work community. Uh, the Latinx and Social Work Volume 2 is coming out, and anything that happens after that, based on the book. And so I'll be a two-time published uh, author. That's a great way to going into the final quarter of 2022, going into 2023. So I'm excited with things are happening. There's always stuff to talk about in social work. Every time I've been like, try to come up with a topic to talk about in social work, something the government is doing, something is happening, whether it be ASWB and NASW, something related to social work always seems to happen, and end up finding something to talk about. If you want to be on the podcast, please email me at Bass City Entertainment LLC at gmail.com. DM me on Instagram at the Social Work Rants Podcast, and I'll get back to you. I'm always looking for guests, so please reach out to me if you want to be on the podcast. And I'm even willing to record on the weekends. I may have to start based on my work schedule, and start doing some recordings on the weekend. Uh, and I'll talk about this new job that I'll start soon on a future podcast episode. Uh, that being said, I wanted to take this quick time out and come on, celebrate 100 episodes with you guys, and talk about self care, the importance of self care, I know I've done another episode about self care, but enjoy my time in Jamaica. Shout out to Peaches and Carlos Montana, uh, cool brothers I met. They were one of the staff that did the events for the people in the resort. At least two of the people anyway. So they showed me a lot of love during my time there. So uh, Jamaica was Montego Bay was amazing, and definitely would go back to that resort, and definitely would go back to do like Ocho Rios or on the grill or any other major cities, and just see what the other places of the other island is like. So um, until next time, y'all, take care. Thank you again for the love, support. 100 episodes. Uh, Trying to be consistent with this podcast is not always easy. Uh, uh, to record or like edit it. Uh, I'll be tired. It's still got to push through. Sometimes I'll be half asleep. Try to like re-listen to the podcast and do the show notes. It does take a lot of work. So again, I appreciate the love, I appreciate the support and listening or watching the podcast on YouTube. I appreciate all the love, the support. Gracias por su apoyo. I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all be safe. We still in a pandemic. Monkeypox going on, COVID still going on. Kids are back to school, so we see how COVID and monkeypox play out, and anything else that comes along after that. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.